My name is Robert Wolfe. I'm a retired lieutenant, and so I left the active duty Navy and checked, and then was reassigned into the Naval Reserve. And I actually was assigned to the USS Holder in New London. It was a DD, a destroyer. So she was working off the seaboard. It was quite a change to go from the submarine Navy to the surface Navy, but you know, the transition was, I mean, they accepted me as a chief petty officer. I learned the fire control systems, that what they had on board. That was one of the first fire control system that I learned, and when I went back through my initial schools that I started through. So it was very similar. They had their 5-inch guns and some missiles on board. So it was very good. And went on to go to college, and I went to the University of Connecticut. Got my undergraduate degree in electrical engineering, computer science. During that time, I was still affiliated with reserves, and I had a little short stint where I went from the Naval Reserve to the Army National Guard to participate in their, it was a special team for Connecticut National Guard. They were their pistol team, where we went around shooting competition pistol. Yeah, that got to be a little bit too much, and so I had to drop my affiliation with the Army National Guard and then shift. And then when I graduated from the University of Connecticut, my first job was Hughes Aircraft in Fullerton, California. And so I was reaffiliated with a Naval Reserve unit in San Diego, a submarine reserve unit, and was there for about 3 or 4 years. And then until I stayed there until I moved back to, well, actually was moved from California to Madison, Wisconsin, for the company. It moved me back. And at that point, I affiliated with a Naval Reserve unit out of Milwaukee, which was called a Mobile Inshore Undersea Warfare Unit. There was no active duty counterpart for that. There were a forward surveillance group that they would take this van with electronic surveillance units and plop them out in the front, throw some Marine guards around to protect them, and we would be, so if during the Iraq War, and also during some of those Eastern conflicts, these units were actually deployed. I happened to be in the right time frame or whatever, or the wrong time frame. I never did see active duty, basically being deployed. But I then retired out of there in '94 as a lieutenant.